Tonight we continue our series on the alien phenomenon. My name is Cdale Enick, this is Markus, and you are listening to Fallen Hour Radio.
You're on the air, hello.
Hello, Art?
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time. Area 51. They're gonna go triangulate on this position really soon. They're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're tuning into the podcast. My name is Cdale Enick. This is Markus with the beats. What?
I'm sorry, but every time you do that, I think of the Truman Show.
It's my signature intro.
Every time you do it,
all right, let's redo this again.
Just keep going.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're tuning into the podcast, whatever platform you tuned in on. My name is Cdale Enick. This is Markus with the beats, and you're listening to Fallen Hour Radio.
I can't. No, I'm already laughing. All right, let's go.
So, for those of you who may not know, Markus actually did this beat as well, and it at first we're like, kind of coming out a little iffy. And then after hearing it
put it together in like 3 minutes. It's like, you know what?
Then after hearing it underlaid with all this other creepy stuff like this collar, this Area 51 whistleblower, it matches the whole theme.
Yeah,
this could be the theme for Fallen Hour.
It did. Like when I actually put it to something like that, it did sound kind of dark and ominous.
You got some fuzzies hanging off your
Would
mic.
you just leave my mic alone? All right, now what are we getting into here?
We entered this podcast not knowing what we're going to talk about, so
I think we just go by the theme song.
Bear with us.
Once I hear
Art. That's how it's going to go. It could be that Phantom Collar. All right, so the Halloween season's coming up. This is one thing we want to plug in here. And we are kind of excited to announce that we are jumping into a whole series about urban legends. I mean, everything we've talked about so far, this is like our 16th week of the podcast. And everything we've talked about so far, I don't think will even match what we're going to be doing with this next series.
Yeah, next series.
We're launching this series with a couple of buddies of ours, and they have an art business called Faraway Fine Art. And these artists are insane. I mean, the stuff they pop out, and
so quick,
and the speed that they do it is insane.
I know, that's what got me. I was like, oh my god, like actually seeing their art, like I love their art, but seeing how fast they get it done, I was kind of blown away.
And these two artists by the name of Zach and Kasani Faraway, and these guys I met, I would say about 2 years ago now. And the thing that caught my eye about them is they gave us this painting as like a housewarming gift, and it's an image called Hush. And I'll find the image and I'll plug it right here for those of you guys watching on Facebook. And when I first saw this painting, I was like, all right, I got to figure out what this story is, because I mean, Alethea saw it and she showed me it. And if for those of you who don't know who Alethea is, my wife, the one that you see in our creepy promos. And she showed me this thing, and we were sitting with them, we were selling our art with them, and we asked him about it. And he said it's just the image he came up with, and it's called Hush, and I was like, what's the story? And he told me he took this to an art show down on a reservation, it's not far from where we live. And he said this lady comes up to him, and she's an elder of that tribe. And she comes up, looks at the other art pieces, which are like all traditional art, like buffaloes and horses and a lot of cool stuff. And
Native American art.
And she sees this painting sitting there, and she starts flipping out on him and talking in her native tongue and getting mad at him. And the thing is there was an urban legend down where she was from called Deer Woman, and he painted Deer Woman.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said that, old lady freaked out on it and got mad. I was like, I'll take it. Like, that's cool.
I'm hanging that up in my living room.
It's sitting in my house still.
But like that's like, yeah, when I first seen it, that's the first thing that came to my mind was like, that does it. It kind of like screams like Native American urban legends or Native American like folklore and stuff like that, because like even around here there is stuff like that. Like that painting reminds me of a lot of stories already, like just looking at it. So yeah, I can understand where she was coming from. It's like, whoa, get that out of here.
Put that in my house. But I mean, we're going to be gathering a collection of some strange art pieces for our place, and I mean, it's just something I'm really into. And it's kind of cool that we're jumping into this, because we've been planning this thing for 2 years, and we were finally starting to launch it, and we are hopefully going to have a lot of cool. So I'll lay it out for you guys.
Here's the plan.
So we're going to start out, and we have a series of 8 videos.
I think so. Yeah.
Starting in September, we're going to start doing podcasts and videos and video interviews with Zach.
Even exclusive videos.
Yeah, exclusive videos with Zach and Kasani, and we're going to be diving into the realm of urban legends and folklore and things that just people don't really talk about. Like, if you know anything about Native Americans or anything of that nature, anybody in culture, you'll more than often than not, you'll find an urban legend or just something you grew up with, like in the Crow Reservation and most Native American cultures. There's myths and just the feeling of you can't look out a window.
You know, a lot of them actually, they all have something in common. Like, you know, like kind of traveling around. You know, I've actually kind of traveled around and going to these different places. They all are very similar. Like, maybe small details are different, but they're all really similar. So that was kind of, I thought that was kind of interesting.
And I think it's going to be something interesting to look into, because I mean, we could find like a pattern going on in all these different cultures. And I mean, there's things like you can't look out your window
at night.
At night, you can't whistle at night, and
it's always at night.
It's always at night,
like, yeah.
And there's just a bunch of strange things we've heard growing up, and I think we want to start covering these. On top of that, we're going to get a little more Halloweeny with our series.
Did you just say weenie?
Your Halloween just got a little Halloweener. Freaking Bob's Burgers.
Okay,
we're gonna dive into the Halloween realm,
into the Halloween spirit.
The Halloween spirit.
Don't ever say Halloweeny.
The Halloweeny
ever again.
You got a little Halloweeny.
While I'm on camera, never say that again.
But
right.
I mean, we have things that we're going to cover. Like,
sorry.
We're going to start covering things like Bloody Mary, Goat Man, the werewolves,
kind of like
skinwalkers.
satyrs in general.
Satyrs
almost,
and skinwalkers.
Which I believe that kind of Deer Woman kind of falls along the line of that.
It could,
almost.
yeah.
Almost kind of in that.
I think it is. I mean,
kind of that category.
Yeah. So the plan is we're going to start releasing these videos and podcasts, exclusive interviews, and a lot of cool footage, and we might even do a couple of short horror videos, right?
This is the first time I'm hearing this. So.
I mean,
so I don't know where you're looking at me.
We were talking to people, and
we
were saying we want to do short horror films. So I think
short videos and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I think Halloween would be the perfect time to launch
there's like a lot of people for it. They're like, I'll watch it. Do it. I'm like,
so
all right,
we're gonna start launching that, and so we're gonna do a video, and then along with that urban legend, we are going to be Zach Kasani. They're going to create an art piece detailing that urban legend, but just like something they see. Coming out of the story, something that inspires them, and on top of that, we are going to do our own art pieces and sell those either as a set, or people can buy those just outright, and just they have a piece of the urban legend series. And there'll be way more than eight art pieces. I mean, even if we do like they do one, we do one, there'll be 16 art pieces that people can purchase, and it's going to be something to have, because we're not going to do those urban legends again. We're not going to do those art pieces ever again, and it's going to be something exclusive for our fans out there. And it's going to be a really cool project. I mean, we're going to do some cool interviews in really cool places. Like, hopefully the Moss Mansion in Billings will allow us to go in there and shoot some interviews there. We got a lot of cool structures around our part, and it's going to be cool. What do you say, Markus?
Yeah.
All right, so we get into the podcast now. That was 10 minutes of content there.
Yeah, all right, let's go. Get into it.
Okay, so we are continuing our series on the alien phenomena, and when Marcus got to my house just a few hours ago, I was sitting there in just like darkness and just like total freaking like thinking mode.
He was racking his brain over something that he read that just kind of, I don't know, stumped him for a minute.
Yeah, because
And I just said, what, one sentence? And you're like, I just blew your mind.
you blew my whole theory. Okay, so I have a story here that was commented by one of our good friends, and she's actually a really good supporter of ours, and her name is Suzanne Holtz. And I met this lady. She's like the sweetest person in the world, and she always watches her videos and always comments on her videos and shares her stuff, and she's just one of those supporters that you really want. And she commented on one of our videos, and it was something.
Was it one of the ones I shared, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And it was like it was strange because she almost stumped me in the way that, I mean, I knew these theories and whatnot, but I haven't really given too much thought on it. I mean, I've studied about angels and demons, and this is one of the theories we had about aliens was maybe they're demonic, and the Vatican and in Rome even thinks they're angelic. So diving into that realm, I was like, so this is the real thing. This is like a real theory out there. And
I thought it was mine, but you know.
And we came across this video. I'm not going to link it again because I'm not going to download that video again and put it on the freaking podcast. You guys can find it on our Facebook page at Fallen Hour, facebook.com/Fallen Hour, and watch the video. We were detailing about how this could be demonic, and there was a video of a guy on his porch, and
he was inside his
yard,
his house.
Yeah,
like he was in his house. It was nighttime. He was looking out, I think, out of his screen, out in the back of his yard, and there was something kind of coming up to the house.
Yeah,
and it didn't look like it didn't look human. Like it was kind of like gray in color. Like its eyes were kind of like darkened around the eyes, and it just moved like
it was very
almost
tall.
like a skittish type animal. Like how something would, just the way it moved creeped me out.
Like that creeps me out still.
But what really kind of creeped me out about it, and what kind of made me believe that maybe this theory was real, was the way it reacted when his pastor started praying.
Yeah,
over the phone. And when he started praying, it reacted to that, and it started like shaking and flinching, like it didn't like something. It was like shaking.
I mean, the phone cuts off when his
pastor
starts
backing away,
speaking in tongues, and it cuts off, and his pastor had to have still been praying, and that thing started freaking out.
Yeah, and he backed away, and it left. It finally left. But that's where I kind of thought, okay, maybe these things are demonic. Maybe it falls under that realm.
So it was one of our theories that these could be a demonic force, and let's have you read this because I always read the last ones. Marcus can read this.
I can't read.
Commented by a watcher and listener.
All right. She said, I don't know when you posted this, but this is very interesting. I had a friend tell me years ago that she knew this couple that had been into the occult and then gave their lives to Jesus. They said they used to call up demons when they got bored and sit and listen on the police scanner to all the UFO reports called in. Other people have also questioned whether these are demons. Watching the being leave when the pastor prayed in tongues was very convincing to me.
That's kind of strange.
See, that's what was like most convincing to me, is the way it reacted to that.
Yeah.
And like listening to this guy's voice, like when he was on the phone, he just sounded man, he sounded scared. He sounded like he was gonna cry. So like he was just like, oh my god, this thing is real. You know, this thing is here again.
That's kind of a strange thing to say. I mean, I don't know if she meant that, but is what she was saying was that they would go and do their like seances and things, and then there would be UFOs coming out, and then they'd listen to the scanner. They
do their seance type things, and then turn on the scanner to listen for anything strange or weird that was going to happen,
right.
Like things that they were actually kind of calling in, kind of, and then they just listened to all the weird things that were going on.
So when Markus got to my house, I was in deep thought. I was like, man, I was sitting there.
It looked like your brain was hurting.
I was sitting in my chair for like an hour. See, I was sitting there, and I was thinking
I didn't
about
know
it.
it was that bad. I just walked in. You're just sitting there, like, look. You look confused.
I was sitting there because I read her comment, and I was sitting there. I was just thinking about it, and then I started reading about it, and then I was like, okay, so everything I studied about demons and angels back then. I mean, I haven't studied that in a long time, but my understanding was that angels can manifest, right? And you can see them because I mean, the angels in the Bible would appear,
Like, fully manifest.
Yeah, they'd fully manifest, and people in the Bible, like disciples and things, would be frightened of them because they would see their full form. So, I know that demons. That my understanding was up until tonight, possibly. I don't know if I changed my whole belief on it, but it's just a theory. Is that so? If angels can manifest, then why are demons disembodied spirit? Because that's what they're explained to be biblically. There was, I don't know in my readings anyways, that there was actually a full manifestation of a demon.
Like, you don't remember ever reading that?
Yeah. Other than there was this, I was reading about this guy, and he was a Bible scholar, and he was talking about it, and he was saying, he says, take Moses for example. He said he was trying to explain this whole phenomenon of why how a demon could be manifested, and he said they didn't think that either. But he said, take this for example. So Moses goes to the Pharaoh, and he's trying to prove to the Pharaoh that God is working through him and performing his miracles. So the Pharaoh says to perform a miracle, and he's having him do these like long series of performing miracles, like turning the sea red and things like that. And one of the greatest ones was when he had his staff and he hit it on the ground, and it turned into a snake, a serpent, the Bible says. Preferably probably a snake. And the Pharaoh gets mad, and he has his magicians there, and he has them perform the same thing. So it's like they're deliberating whether how to do this. And they have their staves, they hit it, and they also turn into a snake. And it wasn't an illusion, because if it was an illusion, then the snakes wouldn't be real, right?
Yeah.
So if they were magicians performing an illusion, then the snakes would be fake, and so would their staffs. They'd be like a total illusion, which is totally possible. I mean, there's probably magicians out there who have done it recent times.
Like, what I thought was maybe the magicians had those type of snakes that kind of go stiff. Remember, they go stiff when you hold them or pick them up. And maybe that's what they were using. That was my thought. Is they were trying to, like, pretend like they could turn their staff into a snake.
Yeah.
When it was actually just a snake that was scared to move when they're holding them.
And that's the thing. I mean,
isn't there a snake that does that?
I think so.
Yeah.
And this guy's theory was, so if this was an illusion, the Bible says that Moses' snake swallowed up the whole lot, which means it ate the rest of them. So if he was to eat the rest of them, then they're real snakes.
Yeah.
And or demonic in nature.
Yeah.
So if something was to manifest like that in full form, and it was demonic in nature, then, I mean, do demons manifest that way? Is it possible? I don't know if it's, I mean, I haven't studied like that. You know what I mean? And I don't change my belief that they're disembodied spirits, but this is just this guy's theory. And you brought up a thing, because I was stuck on this forever. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't get this out of my head. And I was reading like scriptures and crap on it, and I was like, how? I was like, I couldn't understand it. So just the moment I was gonna stop, you walked through the door, and I was like, all right, I got to give this to Markus. And then you're like, so what's and what'd you say now? It's like a fallen angel?
Yeah.
So
what are fallen angels?
Because so if an angel can manifest in its full form, and in my understanding they keep their strength when they fall, are they able to
manifest?
And or are they stuck like that?
Yeah.
And I mean, these are just things I haven't thought about ever, or even tried to study on before. So it's like I'm trying to get a new thought out.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, is okay if an angel can manifest, fully manifest like that, and the fallen angels that followed, the devil down, could they manifest?
and be spotted like they're an alien or some weird creature that people are seeing out there.
Yeah, like I remember you showed me a video a long time ago. It was supposed to be a fallen angel, and this thing just looked creepy. Like, you know, they walk up on it when they were out in the woods somewhere.
It was like Argentina or something.
Video here, but
I'm not as afraid as that one as the
Argentina
that one I posted.
Right?
Yeah,
and one of them steps on a twig and it turns around and looks at him.
And its
eyes are glowing, almost like, you know, humans' eyes. They don't do that. They don't reflect to light like that. And this thing's eyes reflect like a yellow color. And this thing reminded me of that same thing outside this guy's house. It sat the same, it moved the same, and it looked the same. So that was my thought. Like, maybe this thing was a fallen angel.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, like, even the way it reacted to this guy's prayers, the way, like, everything. It just kind of that was my thought. Like, maybe that's what this thing is. If demons can't manifest, but fallen angels can, maybe that's what this was.
Because you would think that it would still hold. I mean, they would be probably a lot less powerful than they were, but they would still possibly hold some things because they're not natural beings. You know what I mean? And then I asked you about UFOs. I was like, so where do they get UFOs then? I was like, do the angels build those? Those fallen angels build those?
I just sound like a total crazy person.
You sounded like crazy. You're like, I was like, so where do they get UFOs? And you're like, that's not angels, man. That's not aliens, man. That's the government. I was like, you sound like crazy.
I couldn't even get it out. I was trying to, I had this thing I wanted to say, and that's how it came out. But okay, this is what I mean. Like, this is kind of a theory they can go off of. If that is how this really is, if they're actually fallen angels and they're not, like, you know, extraterrestrial aliens or whatever, they can be, you know, that's what they are, demonic. But when you see all these lights, these UFOs, all these, you know, everything like that, maybe that is just a cover-up that they just kind of let the world run with. You know, like, oh, okay, they think it's that. Let them think that. Let them think it's, you know, aliens or
another
something.
world.
Yeah, like, because, you know, there wasn't like back. I mean, I'm like that. That's the kind of thing that kind of gets me, is because if you do look at, like, ancient hieroglyphics and stuff like that, they see things in the sky.
Yeah,
they have them written, like, drawn on there. So that almost kind of pokes a hole in my theory, but I still gotta kind of research that more to see what it actually looks first. Like. But, like, even back in kind of like the first accounted UFO sighting was in, I think, April 17th, like 1897. I want to say, in Aurora, Texas. And this was literally like
predating Roswell.
6-7 years before the first, you know, what was it, the Wright brothers?
Yeah.
Is that who it is? Before they even
took off.
Yeah, before they even took off. Before any of that happened. This happened
before they even built anything that could go in the air.
This was 6 or 7 years before that. But around the same time, War of the Worlds came out.
Oh, strange.
So they're in Aurora, Texas. This little, you know Aurora. So they a ship. They say it was a ship of some sort, an aircraft, crashed through this guy's I want to say a windmill. Crashed through his windmill, and they just found, like, you know, pieces all over the ground, you know, like metal pieces. But the thing is, it literally, like, obliterated. It was just pieces all over the place, you know, pieces of metal. And they clocked this thing going 25 miles an hour.
Oh, weird.
You think a ship like that made of metal can blow through a freaking
25 miles
an hour, run into a windmill and explode? But, like, you know, another thing is, like, maybe it was you know, rigged to explode. You know, if something crashed like that, you know, self-detonate, blow up, get rid of all the evidence, you know, something like that. But the funny thing is, I think the military, somebody from the military, I want to say, they retrieved the body.
Oh.
And when they found the body, they said that the pilot, they called him a pilot, the pilot, they said he was not of this world.
Strange.
And they buried him there in an unmarked grave. It's supposedly still there. And people even take the marker for it. People keep stealing it because, it's, all these UFO fanatics.
Oh, I see.
And, people wanted to dig it up, but they wouldn't allow it. And they still, to this day, people try, but they won't allow it.
Why won't
they want to study it? They want to, whatever. And they're even thinking maybe there's not even anything in there. Maybe somebody already dug it up. But
it's probably in an urn somewhere sitting on someone's shelf.
But that's what I mean. Maybe they just kind of went with that story, that whole thing with the War of the Worlds coming around at the same time, and then literally around the same exact time this happened. When that happened, and that's it's an alien. They come and say that, but we were talking about the whole UFO conspiracy and everything like that, and maybe cover-ups, and I was thinking maybe the government just thought, well, if they think it's aliens, that's just going to stop them from bugging us.
Yeah.
Or even thinking it's us, they're going to think it's something else. So let them go ahead and run with that.
So are you saying
while we're testing our new crafts and stuff like that?
I see. Yeah. So you're saying that they could be building these things and flying these things,
testing them,
and
running them around.
All the while, people are thinking they're aliens, and
Yeah.
it's not. It's a secret project.
Yeah. Or even testing their new weaponry on them. It hit that guy with a light. Let's see what it does to him. Boom.
He wasn't abducted. He was obliterated.
But that's what I mean. It's weird, how it's hard to say. If you really think about it, sometimes one theory cancels out another, and it just makes it kind of confusing. The whole animal mutilation thing. Even that person in Brazil who was mutilated the exact same way, in the way there was no tracks around the animals. That can't be a person. That can't be people.
It's just strange. I think we're gonna be stuck on this alien conspiracy stuff for a very long time.
Yeah, I want to say something, I want to talk about it, and then I'm no, wait, this, no, that pokes a hole in this logic.
There's so much.
Oh, that pokes a hole in that one.
There's so much things. I haven't even mentioned Atlantis, and we're already 28 minutes in.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to say it is maybe they're fallen angels, and then I'm well, why are they messing with our cows?
Right. Why would they be? There could be one thing that aliens do.
Maybe it's something else, just what they thought, the whole El Chupacabra.
Mm-hmm.
They thought it was some type of alien. They thought it was this or that, and it turned out to be an animal, a hybrid. And all it did was drink the animals, suck all the blood out of it, and it looked like a dog. It looked like a dog. It was a mix between a coyote and a what was it, a wolf or something?
Yeah, it was a weird looking animal.
And it was a hybrid. And they just found that thing not too long ago. Just
so weird.
The past 10 years or so.
They found the mythical creature.
A mythical creature that is literally alive, but it doesn't look like Bigfoot. They thought El Chupacabra was some kind of Bigfoot looking thing, and it turns out it's a dog.
Strange.
Some kind of something that along the lines of a dog family.
There's the thing I wanted to talk about was Atlantis. It's an underwater civilization, or advanced civilization that they think is covered by water now.
Mm-hmm.
But you were saying that one of the pharaohs was mentioning that he was a descendant of Atlantis, and that my theory was that could have been where they got the technology to build the pyramids then, if it was an advanced civilization anyways. And they were thinking that Atlantis is now in the Sahara, which is a desert, which makes sense because that would have been a body of water a very, very long time ago. But is it possible that the underwater city of Atlantis is now above water and it's just sitting there, probably decaying right now.
But where they say, Atlantis supposedly is well above the ocean level. Well above it. Like, the water shouldn't even be able to touch up there. I always found that interesting. Like,
so, what if Atlantis is below the sea right now? I mean, there's theories to back it up. I mean, Columbus, when he was coming to what is now America, he was documented in his journal seeing a craft come out of the water. He was actually one of the believers of UFOs.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Like, that's what gets me. Like, that stuff that dates back to those times, even before that, like even the Egyptians, like all their hieroglyphics and pictographs and everything like that, showcasing UFOs.
Yeah.
That's what always gets me. Like, okay, I think it's this, I think it's that, but then what about that? And I'm like, okay, I don't know. But no, I do think like a lot of those things that were being seen, like that one in that video, is demonic.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
Does that do it for the podcast? Do you have any other thoughts to get out before we end here?
We could keep going a little longer.
I mean, if you guys don't know what's happening, why I did this is because our outro is playing right now. Our headphones. But I mean, the thing about Atlantis is it's just something I wanted to look into. I mean, they say it's an underwater civilization, right?
It went underwater.
And it's advanced. And I mean, if that is possible, then I mean, they see a lot of these UFOs in the water, coming out of water and things like that. Like, is it possible that what we are seeing now that are aliens are actually residents of Atlantis?
That's an interesting thing.
Like, if it exists today.
Yeah, that is interesting. Because like even when I brought up Colaris, the whole Colaris incident, they said that those the things that they were seeing were coming from the ocean.
That's strange.
Yeah.
So is that a theory out
they
there?
Were out on the beach. They were out on the beach,
it,
and they said that they'd seen them coming in from.
I always think of a theory, and then I go look up Google, and it's like it's a big old forum about all these people supporting it and stuff, paying their money for it.
Like he thinks he's gonna blow somebody's mind.
I mean, it's kind of.
And you're like freaking 30 years too late.
It's like almost common sense though, because I mean, when you start thinking of this stuff, I mean, you start coming up with all these theories, and then you go to Google and get heartbroken.
I'm about to blow the world's mind.
I mean,
it's a freaking Nobel Prize, and you're like
the podcast. Like they're gonna freaking give us a Nobel Prize for the podcast. Play the podcast. This guy's a genius. He doesn't.
This guy's an idiot.
He answered one of the wonders of the world.
But no, like that's
25-year-old blonde from Montana.
Not even a natural blonde.
Not even natural blonde. No, I'm not.
But that's what I'm like. That's where I was getting at. Like, kind of, I believe that there is like some of these things that people were seeing aren't extraterrestrial. They're demonic. They just classify them as an alien because it doesn't look like anything of this world. It looks like a monster, and right away, this thing's an alien. They think it came from some other place because it looks like.
If it was a fallen angel, just like one of our biggest theories in this series, is Paul described, like, we're getting back to the biblical thing about demons and stuff.
Yeah. Paul
was explaining to these people, and I mean, he was really prodded to tell his story. Like, he didn't want to tell what he's seen. And when he went to heaven, had a visions and things like that. And he was explaining angels, and they weren't nothing like anybody would think an angel would look like. I mean, these things were beasts. They were described as beasts, and they could be horrifying if you've seen them in person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Here, you've seen them.
I mean, if they pop through the door, we'd probably run screaming, and it'd be an angel.
I mean, some of them, like, yeah, I've met someone that has a bunch of books. You know who I'm talking about, and she described some of the things she's seen. And yeah, when she told me something, I was like, wow, like that kind of like I was kind of thrown off. It's like that's crazy. That's really weird. I never like thought of like one of the angels looking like that, or one of the creatures looking like that.
Yeah.
And the way she described it was very interesting. I was like, wow, I wanted to hear like more of it. You know, it was just, I was like kind of blown away. And then, you know, kind of thinking about that, like maybe, but I don't know, like if you'd see those ones like around like here, like those ones manifest here, or actual ones that.
But
like
that's
people.
the thing, though, is because not all angels would be dealing with humanity.
They're all different. Yeah, there is like a certain certain ones that do deal with humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one rank that deals with humanity, and they're classified as angels, and they look human.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But there's also archangels who appeared to men in the Bible as well, before Isaiah, I think. And that was when Jesus came down, and then the whole... it was like almost the whole spiritual thing changed, because angels weren't appearing as much. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, they did appear. And... I mean, if one of those things popped down here and it had eyes covering its whole body, or freaking wings covering its eyes and feet, you'd probably freak out. So it kind of begs the question, like, so if Satan, when he fell, did take a third of heaven's angels and things, which ones did he
came?
take? Yeah.
Okay, now that right there makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so I mean...
Okay, so which angels did follow him?
So it almost pokes a hole in that theory, because, I mean, if he did take a third of all angels, which is a huge amount, you would be seeing aliens that look freaky as hell. You know what I mean? They would be...
That makes sense. All right, that makes a lot of sense. So they don't all just look the same. There's going to be some that look different.
Yeah.
And some that look just...
But I mean... People are seeing things that aren't described as angels at all. I mean, people are seeing things like classified as reptilians and things like that. So it's like, okay, so if those are demonic forces, and this is one of the things I was thinking about, was like, if these were demons that fell, or angels that fell, rather, demons are another
thing altogether,
basically another species than what a fallen angel would be. And if he did take those, and those were to manifest, then why aren't we seeing those strange beings like that? Why aren't we seeing like people describing alien sightings with like aliens with covered in eyes and things like that? You know what I mean? Why aren't we seeing things like that? Why is it just one race of aliens that we see? So it kind of goes along a theory of like, what if he does have like a ranking system, and
like ones that would deal with humanity?
Yeah.
And those are the ones that almost look human.
Yeah.
But they don't look completely human.
The Men in Black.
They look creepy as hell.
And it's not like we're saying this is fact, but it's just one theory.
A theory. Yeah.
It's a theory. It's not like we're saying this is what we believe, and you believe it too. It's just a theory. So all the people out there
something to kick around, like maybe,
like just kick around. I mean, people out there watching and listening, and I know we got a lot of people watching who are like in the ministering realm and things like that. It's just a theory we're kicking around. You know what I mean? It's not like we're believing these, but getting into an alien podcast, I mean, I think we should be
trying to make sense of what an alien is, if that thing is really out there.
It's like we're trying to give our honest thoughts on it. You know what I mean? It's like us jumping
trying to make sense of what this thing is, where it came from.
Yeah, we want to gather all these people's stories and all these facts and all these things we're reading, all these videos we're coming across,
and kind of piece them together.
And try to piece it together and try to form some sort of thought to get out there that's not yet mentioned in the alien
community. Yeah. So, like, I think that could be a possibility, though. If he did take a third, of the angels, that fell with him. If, certain ones did deal with humanity. Or do you think that, if he did want to mimic God, he would do almost exactly what he's doing, but...
Yeah.
In the opposing way. And so, like, he kind of mimicked the way he does things, but more so evil.
Yeah.
But do you think he'd even have rules?
Well, there are legalities, I mean, in the spiritual realm that I know of, and there's certain things that he's possibly able to do, and
some things he's not.
One of the things that'll blow your mind is there's not just one heaven. There's 5 of them. Mentioned in the Bible. I mean, there's a series of what they call heaven, so it's not actually heaven, but it's a series of heaven, and there's actually a city described in hell. I think it's called like Sheol or something like that. But,
Say that again.
Sheol, but it's
I thought you said something
there was a
else.
prophet or someone in the Bible who actually seen this, and it wasn't yet filled. It was a city, but now it's filled. What they believe, anyways. So there was all these different levels of what they would classify as heaven. So space outside of the earth would actually be classified as a heaven, but in the spiritual realm, it probably looks a lot different.
Yeah.
And then there's different stacks on that. So that's like one thing to like. And I know that archangels probably deal in that realm.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I'm going with this. I just want to get that thought out there.
Okay.
If I don't get it out, I'll forget about it.
All right. Well. Okay.
But it's like,
Okay.
so if there are, so that's where I was going with it. So if there are different realms of things, then there are different rankings of demons who are actually able to play in those realms.
Yeah.
Like if there's an archangel here, why is he there? That means that there's probably demonic forces up there fighting. There's a battle going on. So if there are fallen angels and they came to Earth,
See, that kind of almost makes sense. One of the things I told you, where I said, like, you know, somebody came to me and asked me, like, you know, there were, you know, the fallen angels that were damned above,
yeah,
that are, you know, damned above.
yeah.
So like that kind of makes sense when you said that. I was like, oh, maybe that's one thing that is partly true.
And it's like, I don't want to mislead anybody or anything, but it's like, it's just something I studied a long time ago, so I'm not sure how accurate I am.
Gotta brush up on
I
it.
gotta brush up on it, but it's like, it's one of the things I've learned about those realms anyways. So is it possible that one of the rankings of these fallen angels are actually up there, and is that what we're seeing
Possibly.
in their little discs?
You forgot that's the government.
I mean, we've talked about this theory for the past, geez, I don't know. This could
go on forever.
it's one of the theories that I think is one of the most compelling,
Yeah.
but it's just a theory. I mean, it's just a theory.
Yeah, I just find it interesting. Like I do. It's weird, man. A lot of it is. It gets creepy. Like with the whole thing in that guy's backyard, that creeped me out, man.
I mean, we haven't even dived into abductions. We haven't dived into whistleblowers like Balbazar. We
Touched on it, but
We've touched on it.
I'm like halvesies.
Balbazar.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay, so the thing
I'm
that,
like, all right, this guy is like, okay, he's smart. He's smart as hell. But I'm like, are you full of shit?
okay, the thing that sold me on Balbazar, because I'm not halvesy, I'm fullsies, is the one thing that sold me on Balbazar is he makes no money on it,
Yeah.
and when he does get paid, he gives it to charity, and it's documented. He hasn't written any books on it,
And he just does that to be like the people's champ.
and he looks like
wants to be
Stephen King.
favorite. I think it is Stephen King. It's just Stephen King's what he does on just
On
when
his
he's
free
bored.
time.
Yeah,
I mean, he would be like, I don't know,
time to go mess with some nerds.
puts on his glasses.
But no, like I do. I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm torn when it comes to Balbazar. I am. I'm kind of torn. I'm like, I don't know if I believe you. Like some of the stuff he says and does, I'm like, okay, that
I
kind
don't
of
believe
stuff.
you. You
And
wrote
then
it.
I don't know. I'm like, no, I don't know.
I don't believe you. You wrote The Shining.
But he's like the one that started it all with Area 51.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
he's the one that started that. He's like the granddaddy of the whole
He's
Area 51
He's the grandpappy of freaking the whistleblowers.
of Area 51.
I mean, he's the one that took Area 51 to a whole nother level. I mean, the airspace is protected like crazy now because of Balbazar. They watch people like crazy. There's cameras all over Area 51 now.
And it's just started from a guy that strapped a freaking jet engine
To his
on
car.
his car. And on a bike. Didn't he do it
And
on
he was
a
in the
bike?
paper. I mean, Marcus, we're not far from that. We made the paper a couple weeks ago.
I mean, he like what the story went that he strapped that thing to his car, ended up in the paper, and then he was walking by some guy, wasn't it, that
Yeah.
was reading the paper, and
Yeah.
he told him, hey, that's
He was giving a talk at a
that's me.
yeah,
he-
college.
And then that guy worked at one of the sub blah, 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 areas. Yeah, at Area 51. It wasn't Area 51. Which one was it?
Boom Lake.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
Is that it? I don't know. I feel like I just mentioned the lake out of a scary movie.
you probably didn't. No, but I forgot the name of this place. Just piece it in. Show a picture. Anyway, that guy just brought him there.
Yeah.
And that's how the whole thing went with that he worked there. But I don't know. It's hard to believe him for me. I do believe a lot of things. Okay, this guy might be right. Then I'm like, no.
This will probably have to be a 2-part podcast on our Facebook, by the way.
I don't know.
I mean, Bob Lazar's story, I think, is probably one of the most compelling because, I mean, I watched him on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan was talking about, and for the most part, I believe that Joe Rogan has no reason to lie about it, is he said that he was very hard to get on the podcast, and he doesn't like talking about the subject, and he has to be
he even said that he doesn't like doing public interview. He doesn't like being in the spotlight. He doesn't, and this guy's all over the place. So I'm like, are you?
All right, we gotta watch that documentary together, and then you decide, Marcus. We're gonna record it too. You'd be like, I believe I'm fullsies.
So that's what gets me.
I'm full Halloweener.
God. But no, I don't know. I'll just say that I'm undecided as of right now.
So we covered the. I think we're done with the whole demon thing. I mean, we might be boring people out there, and we're pissing them off. I don't know.
It's an alien.
It's not a demon. It's an alien.
It's a Martian, you idiot.
I mean, we haven't even covered. We've covered a little bit about Atlantis. We haven't even covered Egypt. Was that a half hour already? Atlantis.
I mean, we didn't cover it. We touched on it.
We touched on these things. I mean, we haven't even covered abductions. We haven't covered people being probed with crap.
We barely even touched on cattle mutilation and people mutilation.
Yeah.
Thing.
I mean, this whole podcast, this whole Fallen Hour radio podcast might just turn into a freaking alien podcast because that's all we're going on this for a very long time.
There's just a lot on it. Let's break it down. Let's do this, and this. And it's just
I think that's what we should do with all our podcasts anyways.
Yeah.
So this has been our 16th week on Fallen Hour Radio, and to all the people following us out there, and to all the horror pages that Marcus shares on, we appreciate you guys commenting, liking the page, and liking the videos. And we're trying to get more out on YouTube, but it's just hard. Like I mentioned before, it shuts my internet off when I upload to. It's stupid. I upload to Facebook just fine, then I upload to YouTube, and it's my internet shuts off. I can't watch TV while I'm waiting, and I'm forced to do something else.
And you just hear him scream, "It's the government!"
It probably is. This has been our 16th week. This has been the Alien series that we are covering. Stay tuned for the Urban Legends series. Yet again, another shout out to you guys on all the paranormal pages, or all the paranormal groups rather, on Facebook that have allowed us to come in and share our content, and we appreciate you guys. Marcus has currently gotten banned from sharing on all these pages.
It was an accident.
Facebook deemed him.
I was like, oh, wrong one. Accidentally shared to a wrong page.
You shared to a wrong group.
It was the second I hit share, I was like, oh wait, no, and then you're restricted. I was like,
those people are strict.
You suck.
These groups are strict. I mean, one wrong move and they'll block the hell out of you.
I know.
So,
but yeah, a lot of them are really cool. I actually loved a lot of those pages. Some of the really cool ones I like are I think Hardcore Haunting.
Yeah.
Or I think Hardcore Haunting is one of the really good ones. There's a lot of crazy ones though. There's a lot of crazy pages. But.
So we might be reaching out to you guys.
Too big of a list
if you
right
guys
now.
Let us go live on your page, live on your groups, or host a watch party in your groups where you guys will be mentioned inside our videos that get last video did 2,000 views. So all right, that does it for us.
That was what?
2,000 something.
2,000 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
That was actually really slow.
Our numbers are actually starting to climb to our old numbers.
Old numbers.
We got to get to 6,000 again, then we'll be fine.
We got to get to 30,000 again.
I'm not going to mention it.
What?
No.
That one?
Yeah. That does it for this podcast. You guys can catch us yet again next Thursday, 7 o'clock. We are going to be jumping into possibly another conspiracy. We might be covering the Amazon, actually. Possibly an alien podcast. We'll just announce it next week, midweek, of what we're doing. My name is Cdale. This is Markus with the Beats, and you are listening to Fallen Hour Radio.